The illegal Russian offensive has been swift, callous, and brutal. It's barbaric. Putin's illegal occupation of Kyiv and the impending Chinese blockade of Taiwan has created a two-front national security crisis that requires more troops than the volunteer military can supply. I have received guidance from General Milley, chairman of the Joint Chiefs, that the recommended way forward will be to invoke the Selective Service Act, as is my authority as president. The first to be called in a sequence determined by national lottery will be men and women whose 20th birthday falls during calendar year 2023. Remember, you're not sending your sons and daughters to war. You're sending them to freedom. God bless our troops and God bless Ukraine.
God bless.
Oh, wee. That's a deep fake, people, but it's on its way. Operation Atlantic Resolve is out there. Christopher Wray testified in front of Congress. Woo, boy, oh boy. They say around here, baby. That's what they say around here. We got a lot to uncover, a lot to unfold. What's going to happen with this? We're going to definitely get into Operation Resolve. They're pulling up U.S. reserves to go over to Europe and I guess stage and station and be a lot closer to the Ukraine, so Zelensky can be happy. We not about none of that. We definitely not about none of that. And we're going to have to figure out. So we're going to get through this together, people. We're going to get through this together. We're going to get into Cocaine Gate also. The Secret Service has dropped the charges, but without further ado, baby, without further ado, let's get this show started, baby. Woo! Thank you for tuning in to the Rock and Roll Rebel Show. I'm your man, Triple R. And let's get into the Cocaine Gate. I don't understand how the Secret Service is just going to let a white powder into the building that is more than, I don't know, maybe a 100 feet or few or lesser next to the Oval Office where Joe Biden does his stuff. You don't know what this white powder is, but they knew this white powder. You know what I'm saying? Had a certain smell to it. And they knew who was partying with it. So basically now you got the Secret Service. I didn't think the Secret Service was going to go the way of the FBI. So you telling me the Secret Service now is covering up? Secret Service is covering up for Biden. Biden's going to come and go. Presidents come and go. They get 4 or 8 years. The Secret Service is going to be there. So the next person who comes in one day, the election, the inauguration, you got another president. The next day, the details waking up outside the president's door with a new president. I can't understand how they're just going to let this slide and go underneath the ropes. They need to be like, we know whose it is. And the Secret Service is upstanding, because now how you gonna be for a president if you can trust the Secret Service? Now we can't trust the FBI. You know they're going after parents, they're going after everything. This Wray guy, he's a nut. Department of Justice are all nuts. So I don't know what's going on, man. They're just gonna let Hunter Biden slide with the cocaine. And now I'm also realizing this is not the only time they have found drugs in the White House. Man, I got to do some drugs in the White House. Joe Biden, can I be invited to the White House so I can do some drugs and I can see some Transformers tatas out on the lawn, baby? Come on, Joe Biden, send me.
Come on, man.
I'll come over for the Easter egg roll. We get wild, Joe Biden. We get wild. But let's get into this little video. We got a little video. And I just don't understand how it's just going to go the way. We got a little thing here. Let's play this little clip. It's not long. It's basically Fox Newsy boozies. Let's bring this down here. Yeah, there we go. Is that better, people? Is that better? All right, let's do this. Let's play this real quick.
And we are scratching our heads over this story today, folks. How is it possible that the Secret Service has no clues, no fingerprints, no DNA from a bag of cocaine left in a cubby near the Situation Room of the White House? No video, surveillance, nada. There's nothing. There's absolutely no evidence whatsoever. They say hundreds of people passed through this area where it was found. And the statement wraps from the Secret Service with this. The Secret Service investigation is closed due to lack of physical evidence. And remember, from the start, the White House told us that certain questions around this, such as could it have belonged to any member of the Biden family, including Hunter Biden, who spends a lot of time there, those are not allowed.
They were not here Friday. They were not here Saturday. They were not here Sunday. They were not even here Monday. They came back on Tuesday. So to ask that question is actually incredibly irresponsible.
So they were there Friday, actually, which we have reported here.
Come on, man. Come on. What is that? What is that?
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
That's the only thing I can think of. So, like I said earlier, the Secret Service is just going to let this slide. I don't understand how we're just going to let all this slide, America. It's like, yeah, whatever, bro. Move it along, move it along. Something's got to give, man. This is just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. We're going into World War III, baby. We are going into World War III. And I said Biden is going to be out by July. I'm still thinking he's going to be out by July because you have that Paul Loof guy who, I guess the Department of Justice put down some stuff on him. He was an Israeli's arm dealer or something. This guy right here, this is the guy. This guy right here is what they're trying to fight off.
Time even told me, that would be very easy for us to find. There aren't that many one-eyed.
That's the whistleblower right there that the Bidens are trying to hide. So maybe they go to war to get rid of this guy. Maybe they go to war to get rid of this guy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand. Because he's got receipts. And now here's the problem. Like the Clinton Foundation, they were solid. They were a solid group of people. I mean, they weren't solid. The Clintons weren't solid. But the people they worked with were tight. Joe Biden and Hunter Biden dicked over a lot of people. So they're coming out with receipts, being like, they screwed stuff up. I guess the Clintons would take care of you. And if you weren't right, you know what I mean? You ended up on their list and you'd get hung from a tree and then you'd shoot yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But that Mark Middleton guy, if you want to look into the most recent one, he was an Epstein lawyer. But let's get into... So I thought Joe Biden was going to go down. Apparently, he's pulling out all the punches. The deep state's pulling out all the punches. They got to bring in war. War distracts a lot of people. War is big money. The economy could use it. Inflation was up 3%, but they're saying that's a good thing. They're saying that's a good thing, people. You know what I mean? But let's get into this Christopher Wray guy. This Christopher Wray guy I knew was deep state as soon as Biden came in because I figured they'd fire all the Biden's guy. But they kept half of Trump's cabinet. I think Wray was picked by, I guess, Chris Christie and Trump are still friends. So Trump this time around knows who all the deep state is, who's all the liars and the ones that are just pandering to him. So let's get into this, people, right here. Let's get to my boy Matt Gaetz, man. Matt Gaetz, I love Matt Gaetz. He seems to be one of the few fighting. MTG was fighting the other day about COVID. I guess they had the COVID hearings, and I guess they're still trying to say that COVID came from a bat and some soup or something. But I don't know. They think we're stupid, baby. They think we're so stupid.
Look at this dumb motherfucker.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. They're like, come on, man, come on. The Rock and Roll Rebel Show
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen. It's all fake news. It's
We're not fake news, baby. We're real news. We're the ones putting out the real facts. Like and subscribe, baby. Like and subscribe. You see the sign. We're moving up in the world. We're up to 69 or something, some subs. And I appreciate all of y'all to the family. Remember, when we get to 100, giving away some merchandise. Just randomly pick one of the 100. So if you're lucky to get in there when we get to 100, we'll send something out. But let's get into this right here. There's so many of Christopher Wray's stuff, but he's just a. You could just tell he's so shady. But let's pull this up. This clip is this clip right here is a minute and a few seconds. Let's pull this up. This one right here. Let's hit this. Tell me what you think of this guy.
How many individuals were either FBI employees or people that the FBI had made contact with were in the January 6th entry of the Capitol and surrounding area?
So I really need to be careful here talking about where we have or have not used confidential human sources.
Was there one or more? Was there one or more individuals that would fit that description on January 6th that were in or around the Capitol?
I believe there is a filing in one of the January 6 cases that can provide a little more information about this, and I'm happy to see if we can follow back up with you.
I just want an answer. Was there one or more? I mean, you would know if there was at least one individual who worked for the FBI.
You would think so.
Who entered the Capitol on that day.
I can't, again, I just can't speak to that here, but I'm happy to get the court filing that.
Look, it's been 2 years, and you're now come before us. The gentleman asks these questions, makes all kinds of insinuations, and you nod your head yes, and then I ask you simply, was there one or more? And you won't answer that. So I'm going to make the assumption that there was more than one, more than 5,
right.
more than 10, and that you're ducking the question because you don't want to answer for the fact that you had at least one and somehow missed understanding that some of the individuals were very dangerous and that there were others inciting individuals to enter the Capitol after others broke windows. So I'm just going to move on because I think it is time to move on past January 6th.
It's been way past the move on from January 6th. It was sort of an insider job. I guess they knew that it was going to get wild. They were going to make sure it got wild. They were going after Trump the whole time. I mean, they wanted him bad. I mean, you know, it's how you steal elections, I guess. You know what I mean? You got the misinformation. The FBI was caught paying all these companies money for disinformation. Zuckerberg was on Rogan talking about how the FBI said the Hunter laptop was Russian disinformation. So it's all one big lie. Everything's one big lie. Tucker had a great interview the other day. If you took out Tucker and Andrew Tate, baby, you know what I'm saying? That's a good one right there. And then let's get into more here. Let's see who's working for China over here. This is on. That's on. Let's get this up. This is something too, right? You got Bank of America. I guess it's just handing over all your stuff. Let's play this up for y'all real quick.
I asked financial institutions to turn over their customers' debit and credit card purchase history in the Washington, D.C. area for January 5th and 6th, 2021.
I don't know the answer to that as I sit here right now.
Well, we do, because Bank of America gave us this email from the FBI to Bank of America.
Well, I am aware that Bank of America provided information to the FBI, but what communications occurred between the FBI and Bank of America about it?
Let's read it. To recap our morning call, we are prepared to action the following threshold. Customers transacting debit card, credit card, Washington, D.C. purchases between 1/5/21, 1/6/21. That's scary enough. But then the next bullet point's even more scary. Any historical, capital letters, all capitals, any historical purchase of a firearm. You guys asked financial institutions, at least Bank of America, we think more.
He's right. Definitely Jim Jordan is right. The FBI is corrupt. Obviously, you can tell. They're going to corporations just sending their stuff. So you can't bank with these people. I would not bank with Bank of America. I do not bank with Bank of America. I don't do nothing with them. Like Bud Light, Target, all these corporations, we got to start speaking with our minds. We got to shut this down. Why are we even paying taxes? All this money's going over to Ukraine. We're getting ready to go to WW3. They're calling up the reserves, baby. It's not looking good. And I don't want to worry people too much. And then they're covering for Ray Epps. But Ray Epps, I guess, is now going to be charged, I guess, because they realize that he's the only one on tape telling people to go in. You know what I mean? Let's see if we can't pull this up. He's the only one that's telling them to go in. He's the only one on tape telling him to go in and was never arrested. How does that happen? But now I guess it's too much pressure on him. People have seen it all over the place. They're like, well, yeah, why isn't this guy arrested? They arrested grandmas who have cancer who are like 78 years old who took a step in. This guy, they saw him at the front of the barriers. He was creating all types of chaos.
We need to go into the Capitol. Into the Capitol.
What?
No! Peacefully. Fed. Tomorrow? I don't even like to say it because I'll be arrested.
Well, let's not say it.
We need to go. I'll say it.
All right.
We need to go in.
So he was fake MAGA. He was a fake MAGA. You know what I'm saying? He was put in. Somehow he was on the books, and now he's going to get cooked. I hope they lock him up for like they did to try to do the QAnon shamanon. Lock that Wray Epps guy up for, I don't know, 4 years. These bums out here. And then so like I said, we got the Wray Epps. The FBI's lying. They knew. They constantly lie. They constantly spy on you. And we know that the Secret Service now is folding on us. I mean, there's not a lot of institutions left. I mean, there's a lot of probably great people that are still in there. But that top echelon right there that's calling the shots, trash. They are trash. They're China. They're getting paid by China. It's got to be. Somebody's paying them. Why do they just want to fold on the United States of America, baby, the 50th greatest states of all time? I don't understand. I do not understand. But what we going to do? We're going to keep on rocking, baby, because that's what the Rock and Roll Rebel Show does. And let's end up with this Operation Atlantic Resolve, baby. I don't understand what's going on here. But it's coming, baby. It's coming. They're calling up the reserves. This is it right here. Ready reserved army for active duty. Yeah, active duty. This don't mean much, but you got that there. This basically just broke, hour or so ago. So there'll be a lot more on this. We'll definitely have to do a show on this tomorrow. I guess they're going to stage these people in somewhere over in Europe. I don't know what country in Europe. Are they going to be closer to Russia? Are they going to be... Who knows what's going on? Who knows what's going on? But like we say around here, like the Rock and Roll Rebel Show says, baby, protect yourself at all times, baby. And that's going to be it for the show today, baby. We're going to sign off here, baby. Stay safe, baby. Stay safe. And I will definitely see you all mañana, baby. Peace and love.